These are 10 series for emerging readers, so depending on where you're at. Now, if you're a parent and you're watching this, or you're a kid, and you can't quite read these, they feel a little bit frustrational for you, one of the best things to do is to read with someone else. So get your parents onto these series. Let them know that you want to maybe read them together, or have them read it to you, or read a page, or do something like that. But the neat thing is about this is as you grow as a reader, there are more of these books. There are series. So as you get to be a better reader, you can continue reading some of the most of these similar books as you read the series. So the first one I wanted to talk to you about is actually, I couldn't believe I found this in the classroom I'm working in right now. But I have thought about this book like 100 times over the past couple decades, and I could never remember what it's called. But this is a series by Patricia Riley Gift. The series is called The Kids of the Pulp Street School. And usually there's like a little mystery kind of going on. This was my favorite one, and I literally found it at the school I'm working at. It's called The Candy Corn Contest. And I can remember loving this. There's all these different stories with this class, so you get to know the characters extra well as you read different books. But I can remember something happened to they were doing like a guessing contest with this candy corn, and something happened. It was very interesting. So this is The Kids of the Polk Street School by Patricia Riley Gift. That is my first book in some series that I love. Another series, hi Teddy. I'm gonna see if Teddy will sit down here. Another series that I love, so many of the students I've taught love these series. It's the I Survive series. It's always a story kind of about a historical event or something that's kind of happened. It takes you through the event and how someone kind of survived through it. All sorts of different things. It goes way back in time, volcanoes, tsunamis, different things like a war or the Twin Towers, all sorts of things. They're so engaging. They kind of keep you on the edge of your seat. And lots of students love them. For the I Survived series. Another series that I am really hearing a lot of kids like, I know my niece has read a couple of them and she likes them, is the Puppy Place. So there's always different puppies in here, and there's little stories about them. Different kinds of puppies. These ones look like Chihuahuas to me, but I've seen one with like black labs or golden retrievers and all sorts of things. So if you like dogs, you're a puppy person, these are really awesome books for you. Another series I'm loving is a kind of a nonfiction series, and it's the Who Was series. There also is like the What Was. They're kind of similar, but it kind of takes you through a historical figure or even someone that's been very, very popular, and explains who they were, what they did, why they're important to us. I picked this one because, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say why I picked this one. If any of my grade 3s can figure out why I picked this one about Laura Ingalls Wilder, they can tell me tomorrow if you know why I picked this one. So this is a really great series. All sorts of characters that are real. And if you're interested in something in particular, you can usually find a book about it in this series. So you can pick and choose. Another series, great for emerging readers, a lot of girls like them, is the Rainbow Magic series. There's all sorts of sets of these, so it's nice to kind of read them in the sets. I think they're usually in like sets of 5 or 6. So there's like the, this one is the Black Cat Fairy, so there's different like animal ones, or there's like jobs, or there's like certain color ones, and you can kind of read them all and get into the characters and kind of find out what happens. Those ones are called Rainbow Magic, and there's like a zillion of them. So if you really like them, you can keep reading them and reading them and reading them, and it's awesome. Another series that is really great, I know these are in my classroom right now, it's the A to Z Mystery series. And these ones are really cool. There's some kids in each one, and they kind of have like a little mystery each time, and they have to figure it out. What's really fun about these is sometimes you can kind of figure it out. You can make a prediction, or you can try and use some of the clues that the author gives you to see if maybe you can figure it out before the end happens. And it's kind of fun to try and do that. There's lots of them. Also, to the kids that I'm teaching right now or other people at school, one of the other teachers is checking for us to see, we might have these on audio versions and you can listen to them during independent reading time, or you can maybe go to a computer and listen to them at some computer time, which would be really cool to follow along and read them. Oh, I love this series. So I have like all the books in this series. It's Magic Treehouse. If you haven't read a Magic Treehouse, you're missing out. So Magic Treehouse is about Jack and Annie, and they have literally a magic treehouse. They open up kind of a special book. I have dogs everywhere right now. They're really bugging me. Hi, Coda. So Jack and Annie, they can usually go back in time to kind of reenact something. The first one's about going back to the dinosaurs, and then they could be knights, they could be cowboys, they could go see, I have the Titanic one here. You don't have to read these in order. What's kind of nice is you kind of, once you kind of know the story of how everything works, how they kind of travel magically, then you can pick up books that you're interested in. If there's a topic like the Titanic that you're interested in, you can just pick up the Titanic one and read it. It's super cool. Okay, the 9th series that you got to get into is Humphrey. If you haven't read Humphrey, you got to read Humphrey. Humphrey's this little hamster, and he lives in room 26, which is a school classroom, and it's all about his adventures. It's a whole series. I'm reading one with my class right now. I think it might be the 4th one, but I'm not sure. But I know the students in the grade 3 room love this. Another school that I worked at, they did Humphrey as one school, one book, and everyone got to read it. It was so great. Wonderful book to read with your family. It's fun to kind of sit down at the end of the day and read a chapter with your family. Younger children can enjoy it too. It's just like a well-loved type of book. It's funny. It's kind of quirky, and it's kind of nice because Humphrey's writing in his own perspective, as if Humphrey the hamster was writing the book. So that's kind of really neat too. Last series I want to talk about, another nonfiction series. I have a lot of these in my house for my son. He's really into animals. So they're the National Geographic for kids. They do come kind of leveled. We have a few like level 1, level 2 in my house because my son is so young. But there are like some level 3 or 4 ones, and so you can kind of tier them as the kids can read them, or you can, it doesn't really matter, like these ones might be a little easy, but it's nice to kind of read them. So those are my top 10. My dog's going to start barking because there's a dog out the window. Those are my top 10 series to get your kids or get yourself into if you're kind of an emerging reader. Yeah, get these books. Your school will probably have them, or your classroom library will have them. The public libraries have all of these series. If they don't right now, like in my town, if they don't have them, they will get them in for you. And if you don't know how to do that, talk to your librarian about how to order books online, because they bring them in really fast. And when you're on a series, you can ask for 2 or 3, and then you just keep asking for more, keep ordering them, and they'll bring them in so that you don't have to buy them. You can just read them from the library. It's awesome. Someone in my class was like, "What's behind you? Like, are you at the library?" And I was like, "No, that's my house, dude." So this is my house. This is my library in my house. So yeah, we do have a library in my house. I'll try and swivel this camera while my dog is like on my lap. We have a zillion books. It's never ending. There's more over that way. Like there's books that goes down lower. All my son's books are in buckets down here so that he can kind of access them. Seriously, there are books in every single room in my house. Every single one. Yeah, even the bathroom. And that's because that's the most important thing. So if you're thinking about reading, remember, most important thing, if you're my student right now, thinking about what's important to Mr. O'Brien, what does she place lots of value in? This is it, kids. Reading is the most important thing, that's what I want to see from my class. I want to leave at the end of the day knowing I just taught 27 amazing readers. It's amazing. So I will talk to you next Tuesday. I'll see you maybe tomorrow, some people. But get ready for next week, for Book Talk Tuesday next week. Bye-bye.